Out of nowhere, here come the trailers for Susamaru and Yahaba in Demon Slayer. More important than the trailers though is the release date. These characters are coming out tomorrow. Well, technically they're coming out on Wednesday in Japan. That means tomorrow for us in North America and Europe. Though since we don't exactly know what time these characters come out in Japan, I'm gonna say it's gonna be similar to Akaza and Rui last time around. Which means America's gonna get them tomorrow by the end of the day, maybe night, and Europe is gonna get them around midnight time. We'll talk a bit more about what this release date means for the game and for the future updates, but for now, let's just react to the trailers. I'm fully expecting both of these guys to be zoners. Was that her auto attack? Cause she starts in melee and then goes into ranged. Some projectiles expected. Big demon skill, I bet. And the ultimate. Ooh! Ooh! Huh? Oh my god, I want to see that. I want to see that in the actual game. That looks so sick. The ball spinning just caught me off guard. That was crazy. We're gonna break down the trailer and figure out what exactly these moves are, but let's watch Yahaba first. What you got? Arrows, arrows, arrows. Okay, big Deidara energy. I'm very curious about this guy. Cause like, I don't think he had any normal attacks in the boss fight, so, and I haven't seen any normal attacks. His attack combo is just gonna be the arrows, isn't it? There's the ult. Good zoom in. Yahaba had a better ult. I mean, that's not the full animation yet, but so far Yahaba had a better ult. Sorry, Susamaru. Oh god. Yahaba did not have the better ult. Susamaru did. What am I talking about? I just woke up, okay? Break down the moves. Let's start with Susamaru. I'm guessing our auto attacks are gonna be projectiles too. She is throwing every single one of those balls. I don't know what the range is gonna be on that, but I mean, Rui is a problem because he has a lot of range in his attacks. If Susamaru has even more range because she just throws balls, yeah, that's gonna be an issue. And she jumps back during her auto combo too, you know, going back to that zoning position that she's probably comfortable in. That seems really strong. That said, her attacks aren't as big as Rui's, so maybe they're easier to dodge. We'll have to wait and see. This is probably one of her skills, throwing a ball flurry and then finishing with a ball kick. Yeah, probably just a flurry of projectiles that she can do for 1 bar of meter or something. This right here is a reversal. It might be her DP. She jumps back and she's fully invulnerable during the jump back and then throws a bunch of balls up. Seems like a pretty good reversal for avoiding damage because she jumps out of the way while invulnerable. And okay, they just gave her the Akaza Annihilation. She runs towards the target while fully armored and then kicks Nezuko. Yeah, that just reminds me of Annihilation from Akaza, that's it. Here's the grab animation, throw Nezuko in the air and then kick her. What matters the most about the grab is how fast is the grab animation, how far does it reach. So the animation itself doesn't tell us much, what matters is what comes right before it. Here's another skill. So Susamaru doesn't just have a sidestep, she sidesteps while throwing projectiles. I'm gonna be honest, this move doesn't seem great. Spending 1 bar of meter for just a single projectile and dodging, unless it gives you a crazy combo or this thing deals crazy damage, I don't see it. I don't think this is a good ability. Then we have the surge animation, and this is probably her other demon skill. Susamaru jumps into the air, she's fully armored, but I'm gonna say that's probably because of surge. So I don't know if the ability gives her armor or not. Jumps forward and unleashes a few projectiles. If that's actually her demon skill, I bet that thing deals some good damage. Because demon skills usually do, and they need to, because otherwise demons are just losing big time. And then the ultimate animation, the ball spin animation into the black and white screen. Oh my god, this effect. I want to see it in full resolution in the final game. And then victory pose. That's a sick ultimate. Nothing in this character's moveset has made me particularly worried that she's going to be strong except those attacks. Being able to attack from range with just the attack button is a big deal. We all saw what Rui is able to do, but maybe her stuff is easier to dodge. It's hard to tell at this point. Let's check out Yahaba. Another character that probably does not have normal attacks, has his attack button is probably these arrows. I'm gonna say this next move with all the arrows coming down, that's gonna be his grab, because as we transition into the grab animation, the arrows are still there. Since it's a projectile, I wonder what the range on this is. Maybe the range doesn't look impressive because Tanjiro was right next to him, but there's a chance that this thing might track at a distance even. Here's a 4 arrow attack. I'm gonna say this is one of his skills. The arrow comes down and then 3 arrows go up, and he's canceling into something else. We just can't see what it is. I'm gonna say you can totally just dash after after this to continue the combo. Now, this little shot is interesting because Tanjiro is getting attacked by arrows while Yahaba is completely moving. If Yahaba is able to set up arrows and then move freely while you have to deal with them, he might be a really strong character. And then in comes another arrow from above, followed up by some rocks. The arrow coming from above seems the same as the last move, so I wonder if that's like the same skill, but you can choose the follow-up to be different. That would be very interesting. We have a surge animation, so now all of his attacks are going to be armored. We don't really know which ones are armored just because of their skills or which ones are because of their armor. And here we go again, some attack buttons into the combo finisher with surge or boost. And then we have his ultimate animation. This trailer really didn't tell us much about Yahaba at all, other than he probably doesn't have attack buttons and yeah, he throws a bunch of projectiles, but it's hard to see. We have a better idea of what Susamaru's moveset's gonna be. Yahaba is a mystery. It's hard to say. But since the characters are coming out tomorrow, I guess we won't have to wait long until we actually get our hands on them. And look, it's kind of interesting, let's put it like that, for them to release these characters so soon after Rui and Akaza. Rui and Akaza came out around 3 weeks ago, at the start of November. Releasing these characters here at the end of November, I mean, they could have delayed them a week, maybe even 2, and no one would bat an eye. They're releasing 4 characters in the same month, which I think kind of confirms that the demons were mostly ready to be released around when this game released. Maybe they just needed a little bit of extra polish, but they were mostly done for sure. Because you don't develop these characters so fast. That's something that just takes a lot of work. The animation alone is gonna take months. So they were done. They were ready to come out, and they are pumping these out. That leaves me kind of optimistic about this game's future, but if I'm wrong, then this is a very bad move. There's one more DLC pack coming out, and they have promised monthly releases. Now, I very much doubt that the next DLC characters are gonna come out in December, because the end of December is just a time where you don't release anything. It's the holiday season, the end of year, so Enmu and Cuckboy will probably be coming out at the start of January, which is why if they delay these characters a couple of weeks, it would have been totally fine. But since they are just pumping these out, that does leave me optimistic that they have something else in store. Now, obviously, Tengen is coming out at some point, and according to Senju in Japan, there will be a patch that adds spectator mode around March or April, so there is gonna be more content, or at least more game support in the coming months. Them getting these characters out of the way so soon leaves me optimistic that they have some sort of plan for what's to come in the future. But if I'm wrong, then this is a terrible move, because we totally didn't need 2 new characters so soon. We could have waited another week or 2, and that way you prolong the game's life for a little bit more. If there's nothing else after Tengen, then they should have done that. But I'm gonna choose to remain optimistic and say, yeah, they have plans for the future. And that's Susamaru and Yahaba. Make sure to subscribe here to the channel because we're gonna cover the hell out of these characters. And I would love to know what you guys think of them so far in the comments down below. What do you got? What are your first impressions on Susamaru and Yahaba? And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name's Globku, and I'll see you next time. Bye!